The Bengal Files controversy has been good for history. Authors and filmmakers, social media influencers, and historians are poring over history books to find out more about Gopal Mukherjee. Now, Gopal Mukherjee is both a historical figure and a character in the film. Now, there has been quite a bit of controversy over Vivek Agnihotри's The Bengal Files. The director has alleged that the Mamata Banerjee government and her police has threatened theatre owners from showing the film to Bengali film watchers. A special screening of the film was held recently to a select audience, but Agnihotri says that the larger audience of Bengal is being denied from watching the film. On the other hand, this character in the film and also the historical figure of Gopal Mukherjee, the grandson of the man, has come forward, filed a report against Agnihotri, saying that his grandfather has been misrepresented in the film. Shantanu Mukherjee has alleged in his report that no permission was taken from him before portraying his grandfather in the film, and also whatever portrayal of his grandfather he has seen in the film is very far from the real Gopal Mukherjee. Now, I had interviewed Shantanu Mukherjee 2 years ago in August 2023 on the 77th anniversary of the Great Calcutta Killings. What had happened was, according to Shantanu Mukherjee, this is Shantanu Mukherjee's version, that when Jinnah had called for Direct Action Day on 16th August 1946, a year before the independence of India, Muslim gangs had descended upon Kolkata and were targeting Hindus, their shops, their temples. There was large scale looting and rapes and arson. Now, Gopal Mukherjee, who was a butcher, Shantanu Mukherjee's grandfather, who was a butcher, gave a clarion call against such attack on Hindus, and he quickly put together an army of Hindu Sikhs, Jains, and people from the neighborhood, and they launched a counter violence which was so brutal that the plan of Direct Action Day failed. Now, what happened during those bloody days of 1946 has been written in history books, but have also been forgotten. It is it's one of the most it's a gruesome chapter of Bengal's history before the independence of India. But it has to be said that it has not been in the in public debates so much before the launch of the film The Bengal Files. Now, because of the controversy, because of what Shantanu Mukherjee has said, and because of also what Vivek Agnihotri has alleged, that his film is deliberately not being shown in Bengal, historians are pulling back. Not just historians, general readers are pulling out history books to go back in time and read for themselves what happened on and after August 16, 1946, and what was the role of Gopal Mukherjee. Now, Gopal Mukherjee, who is also known as Gopal Patha, has been described by British historians as a Gunda. This is a description that Andrew Whitehead, who had later on interviewed Gopal Mukherjee, also used to describe him. He's called him a Gunda. But there are those who believe that Gopal Mukherjee was in fact a savior of Hindus, and it is because of him that Calcutta is in West Bengal, in India, and not on the other side of the border. He actually saved the day for not just Hindus but for Calcutta. Now, like I said, that this has also divided. The film has divided historians, and the interpretation of that period and the role of Gopal Mukherjee also is being talked about in the city and in the state. I spoke to Shubhrajit Mitra, who's a national award-winning filmmaker, and he said that his family knew Gopal Mukherjee. As a child, he used to refer to Gopal Mukherjee as Gopal Dadu, and he said that he was a man who deserved a lot of respect, and he grew up. Shubhrajit says he grew up respecting Gopal Mukherjee for what he did. But on the other hand, producer Rana Sarkar, has posted on Facebook saying that Vivek Agnihotri's Bengal Files is a film that divides people. It's not of it. And Vivek Agnihotri himself is an ad filmmaker. He says he's an ad filmmaker for a particular political party, and before elections, every time he makes a film to help that political party. Rana Sarkar believes that art is for bringing people together, and Vivek Agnihotри's films thereby are propaganda films, because in no film of his is the other side shown. Academic and historian Sarojesh Mukherjee told me that Gopal Mukherjee. Why are we looking at Gopal Mukherjee as a savior of Hindus if it is if history tells us that he was not a communal bigot but somebody who just saved lives, and if there were some Muslim lives that he also saved from the riots, why are we seeing him from the lens of being a Hindu savior? Now, advocate and writer Joydeep Sen, who is planning to bring out a graphic novel series on Gopal Mukherjee and the Great Calcutta Killings, told me that while it may be true, and this is also something that Shantanu Mukherjee, Gopal Mukherjee's grandson, had told me, that Gopal Mukherjee did not attack innocent Muslims. It is also true that he mounted this counter violence to save Hindus from Muslim League gangs. uh, Jadip Sen tells me that why is it that every time there is a chapter in history which speaks about Hindu valor or Hindu persecution, that if there is a film on that chapter or a book on that chapter, it is immediately branded as a propaganda book or a propaganda film. Be that as it may, the debate does not seem that it will die down anytime soon, but there's one silver lining, which is people have gone back to history books to read about a forgotten chapter in undivided Bengal's history, and going back to books is never a bad thing.